Can't travel during COVID? Let's take a look at these 10 inspiring photographers. Daniel Trim. This is a blue wolf's nest in sandy soil bearing a paralyzed honeybee with a single leg. I waited patiently near an unsealed burrow for the owner to return with the victim. On arrival, they hover briefly, so I lay down and waited for that split second of hovering before firing off a few frames and hoping for the best. Daniel Lahn. He snapped this stunning image in Norway. He explained, Sven Tegbo is a sheer-walled 930-meter peak rising from the often frozen and snow-covered Storvatnet Lake. Along its shoreline, the ice is punctured by unyielding rocks, which create tiny ice caves. I decided to put my camera inside this particular one because its curvy roof and virgin snow complemented the inhospitable background so very well. Marcelo Cabral was highly recommended in this particular photograph, says the land and stunning picture of the Paranal Observatory in Chile was something he wanted to capture. This image shows a very large telescope at work. These are the largest and most modern telescopes in the world. This panoramic image consists of 3 vertical images. It shows the telescope's laser guides, which are the most powerful in the world and can reach more than 50 miles. Sven Tegbo in Sweden, he said, the summer of 2018 was rather dry. Lots of forest fires in Sweden. Some of them occurred around my hometown, including this one in the July. The fire department extinguished the fire during the night, and the next morning there were 10 volunteers still working to secure the area and prevent the fire from starting to burn again. The ground was still very hot, and there were some small fires visible from where I was standing. The fires caused a lot of serious damage, but I had a moment in time to take a picture of the beauty around them. Winner of Small World category, Stefan Garrett. He captured this close-up image of a mountain Apollo butterfly in Finland. He said, in Finland, the mountain Apollo was one of the first species of insects to be protected by law. As the population decreased because of the disease and acid rain and climate changes, the Apollos were hardest hit in the southwest, where there had been more heat and little precipitation. The presence of alpine flowers are critical for Apollos, and the lack of rain meant there were few host plants for the caterpillars to feed on. I photographed this species each summer, although it gets hotter every year. This individual is warming up on a heat that had already turned into autumn colors in June. I overexposed the image to create a high key effect, which helped to make its red eyes stand out. J. Birmingham. His name runner-up in the Small World category of photography for the shot of a single mushroom in the Peak District National Park. He said, struggling to find a unique angle, I cast my eyes over the smaller features around me and spotted in the middle of the water a small mossy island with a solitary bonnet mushroom growing on it. Even better, there was a small waterfall just behind. I crouched as low down in the water as I could to position myself in front of the waterfall and mushroom, and then used a neutral density filter to capture the path of the water swirling through this beautiful micro landscape. Greg Lecoeur. Greg Lecoeur took top prize in the Live the Adventure category in the stunning shot. He captured this particular photograph in Polynesia. He said, I usually travel to the different oceans of the planet to photograph marine creatures. In Polynesia, however, he immortalized one of his dreams. He went to face the waves breaking on the reefs and to see how surfers were able to tame the power of nature. It was in Rangiroa, in the small pass of Avaturu, that he dipped his fins with the local surfers. That day, the waves were powerful and he hesitated to get into the water. but the good, lazy atmosphere of the site motivated him, and he shared this exciting moment in the middle of the thunderous waves. Pete Hyde. Pete Hyde took this particular photograph in Lahn Forest in Scotland. This frosty image was commended in the small world category. Pete explained, on this morning a friend and I had been watching the clearing mist at the Lahn and in the Lahn Forest. Near the west end of the loch was an area of mossy humps. I thought that the small fern growing up through the forest tips of the moss made an interesting subject. Alison Perkins shot this picture of a diver traveling through the Sistema Sac Acton cave system on the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. She said, the immensity of the area to light up is a challenge. The water works against you, and there are the complexities of mountain divers' safety while executing a photography plan. My partner and I worked closely together for years to get to a point where I can start to take the image like this. I wanted to give the viewer a sense of scale and capture the majesty of the cave, using the cave diver to lead you into the image, but not detract from the main event, which is the cave itself. Peter Ratz. Peter is a Hungarian photographer, traveled to take pictures at the lake of Baikal in Siberia. To capture this image of stunning ice caves, he was the runner-up in a Spirit of Travel category. Peter explained, there are many ice caves on the shore of Lake Baikal, and I took this picture from inside one of them. I was lying on the ice, trying to frame the vehicle perfectly in the gap in the ice. Is it true or false that this is an inspiration? These photographers give us a view of a beautiful planet, a beautiful world. And now I'd like you to like and subscribe and perhaps comment in the section below. Let me know what you would like to see next. Thank you.